Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Welcome again to listening to my third talk about Blessed Father Justin Rusulillo, the founder of the Vocationist Fathers and the Vocationist Sisters. Father Justin is known as the Apostle of Divine Vocation. He's the founder, again, of the two congregations dedicated to recruiting, searching, cultivating, forming, helping, encouraging, sustaining vocations. And for Father Justin, from an early age, he understood that the best way any person can live his or her life is by consecrating himself or herself to God. It seems unbelievable or amazing, but we have to go back and see the reality that at age 10 in 1901, he entered the seminary of Pozzuolo at age 10 because he wanted to be a priest. His love for the Eucharist had given him this consciousness of wanting to serve God, of wanting to be with God, and understood there is nothing better or greater than any human person can do but serving God. And as he grew up in his vocation, he grew to understand the whole life as a vocation. And so the vocationists are supposed to cultivate each and every vocation. And they used to divide vocations in general vocations and particular vocations. General vocations are considered a vocation to life, vocation to faith, vocation to holiness above all. And he concentrated this effort immediately in his life to priestly and religious vocations simply because he understood that to become saints, people needed the sacraments. And in order to have the sacraments, you need priests, you need preachers. And so he focused his immediate attention on religious and priestly vocation because priests, brothers and sisters are supposed to be, as he calls them, cooperators of the Holy Spirit in making saints. And so, what the Church of God, he says, needs most are the saints of God. And in order to make saints, we need apostles, we need ministers, we need guides. And that's why the congregations of the Vocationist Fathers and Vocationist Sisters focus its main attention to priestly and religious vocation, but as instruments, as necessary means to achieve what is the vocation of all vocations, the vocation to holiness. Now, Justin, at age 10, entered the seminary. However, his family had problems in trying to come up with the money needed for the seminary fees. They asked the help of a noble gentleman of Pianura, the Conde Zambaglione, if he would help paying the tuition. And this gentleman turned down the mother's request, saying, everybody's wanting to be a priest, they want to study and then forget about the priesthood. And when they came down from visiting this gentleman, the Conde Zambaglione, going down the stairs there was a little statue of the Blessed Mother. Father Justin paused by that statue and think this little boy, 10 years old, prayed to the Blessed Mother, Mother of God, if you help me to become a priest, I will help many other poor boys like me to become priests. And this became really the guiding light of his life as a seminarian and then later as a priest. In the seminary of Pozzuoli, when he had the entrance exams, he was so well prepared that the instructors, the examiners, admitted him to second year of high school because he was outstanding, was very much smarter than the average students they would encounter every day. And so Father Justin lived his union with God and the realization of his dream going through seminary training. And he had wonderful priests forming him. In a special way, he remembered and talked to us about two of his spiritual directors in the seminary life, Father Limongelli and Monsignor Causa, two priests that were outstanding for piety and for mortification, that became like the sustaining force behind this little boy. They put their faith and trust. They were amazed, and I guess they were also enriched by his example. And while everything was going well, again, when Justin was 15 years old and was advancing in the study, his father, Luigi, fell from a scaffold where he was rebuilding the town hall of Pianura and became unable to work for a long time. So once again, a financial crisis arose, and Mother Giuseppina, with tears, manifested to Justin the possibility that he might have to discontinue the seminary because his two aunts who were helping him financially had died, and his father now was unable to work. Father Justin didn't say anything to anybody, but he started crying and praying and crying. The superior noticed it. When they inquired, they found out the reason of his extraordinary life of dedication to prayer and his crying, and they interceded with the bishop, who this time asked this Conde Zambaglione to help pay his tuition. And this time Zambaglione helped and start paying half of his monthly tuition directly to the seminary. And so he understood again the reality that he later declared, that poverty should never be an obstacle to follow one's vocation. The Lord prefers to choose his future ministers amongst the simple, the ordinary, the marginated, the poor people. And again, his own experience was transformed in what later is known and glorified as the Apostle of Divine Vocations.